Good evening guys, this is Sumaiya. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today in this video we are going to discuss about the new features of Dialux Evo 12. If you haven't downloaded and installed the Dialux Evo 12, please visit the Dialux website and you can download the software for free. Once you have downloaded and installed and you open the Dialux, this is the preview of the Dialux. And here you can see the new feature, that is import IFC. This feature is only accessible for the pro users. You can download the 30 days free trial and test this feature for yourself. What are the benefits of switching to the pro version? First thing is, of course, you can make use of the new feature of Dialux Evo 12, that is Open BIM workflow, wherein you can import and export the IFC files. Next, of course, you can also have other export features, like you can export the files to Excel sheets, PPT, etc. Then the third feature is that you can use your customized layout for the documentation. When you click on I agree to the terms of the use, it says that you can test free for 30 days. Okay, when you click on test free for 30 days and it signs you for 30 days free trial. It is taking some time to load, and then your free trial is activated, and then you can click on close. Okay, so this is how you can get 30-day free trial. If you want to purchase the pro features, then you can check the Dialux website for more details. So in this new feature of Dialux Evo 12, this is majorly focusing on Open BIM workflow. So let's understand first what is this Open BIM workflow. In fact, what actually is BIM, what is Open BIM, and then what is Open BIM workflow. Now, what is BIM? Building Information Modeling. It is like creating a 3D model of a building. It's a detailed digital representation that includes the information about every part of the building, from walls, windows, pipes, wires. It is super detailed. You can say it is a super detailed blueprint. So this is what BIM is, Building Information Modeling. Now, what is Open BIM? Now, before understanding what is Open BIM, let's understand the process involved when you're designing any building. So of course it starts with client initiative, then it goes with an architect. So architect is going to design the overall look and layout of the building. Then MEP engineers come into picture, wherein MEP engineers are going to focus on mechanical, electrical and plumbing systems. Then we have HVAC engineers who are focusing on designing of heating, cooling and ventilation system of this building. And then we come into picture lighting designers, when we design the lighting layouts. So there are multiple professionals who are working on the planning and designing of a building. So between these multiple professionals there is a collaboration, okay, and there is an exchange of data. The information is exchanged, and the information should be exchanged in such a way that it can be used by both the parties. Okay, you can say it as a common language. Okay, you can speak a common language. That is what is Open BIM. Now if I need to explain you in technical terms, Open BIM is the exchange of building information. Open BIM ensured that various software applications used by these professionals can work together seamlessly by adhering to open standards such as IFC. IFC is nothing but Industry Foundation Classes. So Open BIM is not a specific software, but it's a collaborative approach to building information modeling that involves the use of compatible software tools. Compatible software tools because see, architects are using one software, MEP engineers are using one software, HVAC engineers are using other software, and lighting designers, we are using Dialux. So we are using different softwares, but we can exchange and coordinate the information with the other professionals involved in this building planning and designing in a file that is accessible by all. I'm sure if you have been working in a lighting industry for a couple of years now, then you may be receiving say Revit files, or you may be receiving Rhino files, Navis workflow files, different file formats from the consultants or architects themselves. So they are going to share you the 3D model of the file. They directly forward you the 3D model file rather than sending the AutoCAD files, or they may be sending you both the file formats, 2D and 3D. So what was the major challenge for us lighting designers was that though we could import the IFC file formats in the previous version of Dialux Evo, we couldn't export the Dialux files into IFC formats. The consultant is requesting you to share the Revit plugins of the Luminous. It has happened with me when I was working on bigger scale projects, wherein despite of me sending the Dialux files, IES files, they requested me to send the Revit plugins of the same Luminous because they have to include those luminaire details in their original BIM file. Okay, so this was the process before. Now with the launch of this Dialux Evo 12, I think it is going to sort a lot of problems we were facing before. And often, when we receive the files in the other format files which is not supported by the Dialux, then we had to spend a lot of time while making the 3D modeling of the building. We can import this IFC files into the Dialux. So let's check out with one example. So I will import the IFC file. I have a sample IFC file of an villa open. This villa is not a small villa, it's a 3-story villa, and once it is imported it will show you these details. And here this is the building, then you have stories, ground floor, first floor, roof floor, terrace floor. And as a subgroup inside this ground floor, I have building elements, then I have columns, I have walls, door, furniture, railing, ramp, and window. If you don't need any one, say if you don't need furniture, you can uncheck this. Okay, now since we are trying this new feature for the first time, I will not uncheck anything. I'm going to import everything. And here one more tool here wherein you can use standard reflectances if you need. Once you're done, click finish. It's taking some time to import and your IFC is imported. Let's check the 3D. Whoa, this is amazing. Nothing is missing. This is clean structure. When we import the exported SketchUp file, we used to have those diagonal lines in the 3D model. Such issues are not there here. This is perfect. Okay, and you can select the elements individually, so you can select everything individually, even the windows, columns, everything. And if you don't need this trees, see these are more like a poly structures, I don't need these trees, so I can select and delete it. Select, delete. You can also select multiple elements, use shift key, select, delete. I am going to delete all these trees. So I have deleted all the trees. There is also a furniture here, outdoor sitting area. And see if I want to move this furniture here, I can even select it and move it, position it. That's amazing. You can even apply the textures to the IFC model. The 3D model is not reflective. And the exported SketchUp models used to have those very high reflective materials on the models when we imported in Dialux, but such is not a case with IFC models. What we'll do now is we'll go to the catalogs, material catalog, outdoor, and I will choose the grass texture. Double click to select, apply material. Perfect. I will apply this material over here. Perfect. Amazing. You can even replace the material. Let's check wall texture and we will choose something with concrete and we will replace the material. See, all the similar material has been replaced. Perfect. You can even change the textures of your apertures, handrails, etc. So textures is working fine with the Dialux Evo 12 IFC import. Deleting and moving the 3D models within the IFC is also working fine. Next, you can even go to the individual floors here. Like say you want to go to the ground floor, this is your ground floor. Under ground floor you have different rooms. If you want to go for any specific room, you can go to that room. Perfect. It is like I'm making the 3D model in the Dialux itself. This is how it appears when I make a 3D model in the Dialux. Perfect. Let's go to the roof floor. Nice. When you go to the default, that is the side mode. So this is amazing. Next we have apertures. So in the IFC files, the windows are not in the apertures, it is into columns, it is into room elements. That's why my room elements are selected. But say if your IFC file, it apertures are windows itself, like say this one, it is going to reflect in the aperture section, this windows. So you have to cross check even your IFC files. You can even move your windows and you can even delete the windows. Let us check if we can place our Dialux built-in windows and doors. Let me select this window, position aperture. Perfect. Wow, I can even include the apertures from the Dialux itself. I can even make the height with changes here. Let me keep the height to be 2 meters, still height 0.5. Wow, perfect. It is same as working with your original Dialux file. Let me delete it for now. And then let's check for the columns. So often at times, we have multiple revisions while working in a project. So when we are revising the files, we just make only those changes in the revisions. Those revisions can be in architectural plan, or it can be the changes within the lighting itself. Now say assume you have any changes in the architectural plan, then how can we do it? What are the major things? Either we are modifying the space area or we are modifying the elements. So here I have columns. We have already seen that I can add the element, I can delete the element, I can move the element, but can I scale the element? Let's check. Select, and scale tool is available, and wow, I can even scale the elements. That's perfect. This way, this feature can help me make any revisions in the files. Then let's check if we can make any cutout in these walls. We'll go to the cutout, rectangular cutout. Wow, I can even make the cutout in the walls. Let us check by giving some cutting depth. Select and limit the cutting depth to say 0.1. Perfect. It actually took the depth of how much I defined it. Perfect. For now I will delete it. Objects, I think there would be no issue while placing any objects of your own. Let's try by placing any object here. Let me search for some plant. Okay, I have a plant here. I will select and let me place it here. Perfect. Then textures, yes, we have already seen that we can apply the textures to any 3D model of your IFC files. Okay, now what we'll do is let us place some lighting, run the calculations and check for the results. Since I have imported here complete project, let us place some lighting in the interiors, and let us place some lightings even in the facade. Okay, for interiors let us check the calculations. Okay, and for the exteriors too, for the facade let us check the calculation and let us try making some renders. So what we'll do is we'll go to the ground floor. Okay, now we are in the ground floor and we'll go to room 1. Okay, room 1, I assume it is a corridor space, so we'll go to the spaces. It is same like Dialux, so I'm going to select the room spaces. Since I'm assuming it's a corridor, I will go to edit, template selection, traffic zones inside the building. Okay, and I'm going to name the room as corridor. Let us see if the text is visible. Oh, text is also visible. Perfect. Okay, work plane is visible. Then let us see if I can place the ceiling. Insert ceiling into the room. Wow, it is automatically inserted. Then I can even give the distance from the shelf floor. Say I need it to be 2.8 meters. Enter. Perfect. Wow. And next, say I'm going to place few lights here. I will switch off the text light and let me select some downlight. Let's go for line arrangement and let me place some 2 lights. And before doing the calculation, let us go and draw the floor element. So here this is my IFC imported file. I didn't draw any floor element, but I need to draw the floor element, because if I don't draw the floor element, then Dialux is going to take automatically the site, and it is going to be of higher dimension, which will affect your calculation time. So we'll go to the site, plan view, construction, site, draw rectangular floor element. I'm going to draw the floor element across this building. Perfect. We'll go to the 3D model, and if you check the site element, the floor element which I have drawn is slightly above the elements in the actual building, so it has to be below. So what I'm going to do is I'm selecting it, then I'm going to in the 3D side view, and I'm going to bring it down. Perfect. Now we'll go to our room. We have placed the luminaires. Let us check for the fast calculation, because with the standard all the rooms will get calculated. So I want to run the calculation only for this room, for this corridor. So I'll go to fast calculations and run the calculation. Perfect. I will increase the quantity because I'm not achieving the required lux levels, and it is also showing me the lux levels and uniformity reached. Amazing. This is just perfect. Similarly, you can go to the other rooms, name the rooms accordingly, give the utilization profile template, and you can place the luminaires, do the arrangements, draw different types of ceiling if you require, place the calculation surface, and you can do the lighting and calculation same as you do for your Dialux build 3D models. That is just perfect. So this was about interior lighting. Now let's go to the exterior part, facade, and let me place some luminous in the facade and check how is the light output. And of course we are going to check, I have to draw the outdoor space, or I have to draw the calculation surfaces to calculate the lux levels outside. Okay, let us see if that works. We'll go to the lighting, and let me select some wall light, and I'm going to place this wall lights on the columns. Place individual luminaire. Go to the display options. I will on the light distribution. I will also on the visualization, so that I can see if I have properly placed the luminaires. Perfect. I'll switch this off. Select, and I'm going to copy it on the other side. Perfect. I have placed the wall lights. Now I will select all, and I will place it even at the ground floor level. So I have placed surface wall mount luminaires on the facade elements, and I'm going to run the calculation. I'll go to the set calculation, set it to standards, and run the calculation. Perfect. Calculation is completed, and you can see, since I have work planes in all the rooms, that's the reason everything is displaying here, and I didn't place anything except for one corridor in the interior lighting. That's why I have all this. For now we'll just ignore this one. We'll concentrate on the exterior part. I'll increase the brightness, manual, and this is your facade lighting. Of course, if I place some more lighting here, then the space will be properly illuminated. So we have placed the luminaires in the facade. We have placed some wall mount lights, we have placed some down lights, and here I have some bollards. Draw calculation space. I'm going to draw it for the corridor or the outside. Here, let me check if the positioning is proper. No, the positioning is not proper. It is at the top, so I will bring it down. I'll make sure it is at my floor level to where I have to measure. Here. Perfect. I'll name it as door corridor for now, and here I will write it as circulation area, and let us calculate now. Calculation is completed, and I have my outdoor space. So this is the outdoor space, though I'm getting 142 lux, achieving the required uniformity. That's why I have this red mark, but that is perfect. I'm getting the accurate calculation results for the outdoor calculations as well. We'll set the view. Let me set the view something like this. Export, save new view, ray tracer. I'll increase the resolution for 4K Ultra HD. Start ray tracing. Ray tracing is completed, and this is the render. Perfect. No missing textures, proper light textures. That's nice. We'll close this, and Let's check for the documentation. So this is the documentation. It is same as a standard Dialux file documentation. Here you can edit the required details you need in the documentation, or if you don't need anything, you can just uncheck. Other all features of the Dialux remain same. Calculation, surfaces, you have floor wise, perfect. See, I didn't draw any calculation spaces for the interiors. I just used the IFC files and it came with the spaces. I just need to specify the utilization profile, place the luminaires, and here I'm getting all those rooms with the work planes. See here too, all the work planes. This is perfect. You can check the other features of the documentation. It is just saving my so much of time which I'm investing in making the 3D model of the projects. You can export your files to DWG same as previous, and you can also export your file into IFC files. So you can go to IFC, export to new file, and you can save it in IFC file formats. I'll save this file, villa with lighting. I'm saving it in IFC. Save. See that my file is successfully exported. That is very simple. I think this is going to save your lots of time while working with the 3D models of the building. You know, this is a simple villa, though it has so many elements, but making this villa itself, tell me how much time you would invest in making this villa. For me, I think I may take a day or maybe 1.5 a day continuously if I sit and make all the details of this one. But if I'm using the IFC files, I no need to worry on the 3D model. If I need to make any changes, that I can do it very quickly, and then I can directly go for my main task, that is lighting design. Now if you're receiving IFC files from your consultants or architects, you can easily import the received IFC files into your Dialux. So this is it guys. In this video, this was about the new feature of Dialux Evo 12, which is of Open BIM workflow. There is another new feature in the Dialux Evo 12, that is GLDF. So we'll be discussing about the GLDF in our next tutorial. If you found this video helpful, please hit a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned to explore more in Dialux Evo with me.